one way one's life could be meaningless is that one could be without any passions or loves or, so that you're just alienated from your life completely. Like there's nothing in it that matters to you. It looks a little bit like depression, I suppose. But in any case, right, if nothing matters to you, that would be, or if all you do is a very kind of passive, low-level existence, that would be one kind of meaninglessness. And I wrote a paper once thinking about these things in which one example of meaninglessness, I called him the blob, someone who just kind of sits in front of a television watching not very challenging programs. It's not painful. It's just kind of numbing, right? That's one kind of meaninglessness. The other kind, which goes along with the other dimension of value, would be someone who maybe is very excited about what they're doing, but what they're doing has no value. So staying away from morality, you can just imagine someone who's like devoting his whole life to, getting a really high score on a video game. I mean, this is like Sudoku, where you just think, maybe there's some small amount of value in that, but it's small relative to what the person could do. The person could write poetry or take walks in nature or cure cancer or be a good father, right? So if you do something, even if you're very excited by it, if it has no value, that's meaningless from a different angle, I think. Realizing one's abilities has a lot to do with one's living a meaningful life. As a philosopher, we're always thinking about counterexamples or like, let's not get carried away by anything. And so I find myself thinking, well, I gave an example of someone who might be able to cure cancer, right? That's a kind of stock example, right? It would be an incredibly good thing to do, right? Well, we can imagine that he also could be an excellent violinist, right? Well, to realize his potential, he would have to be doing the violin as well as the scientific research, perhaps. But I'm not inclined to say, well, your life is less meaningful than it could be because all you're doing is curing cancer, right? So there's, I think the spirit of what you're saying, insofar the idea is that meeting challenges, realizing your abilities, fulfilling, as opposed to not doing that, right, is definitely relevant in a major way to whether you live a meaningful life.